What's up, guys? Guess what? Your boy Dabuz here, right? Having a little bit of a Pokemon Legends impressions video. I wasn't gonna do this, right? I'll just post my thoughts on Twitter, and then Music King was like, Dabuz, you should make a video for reviews for games. So, gotta be a bit of an impressions video. I don't want to say review because I didn't beat this game. I'm not sure if I will, but I played like 5 hours straight on stream. I am a casual Pokemon player. I don't do multiplayer. I don't do like breeding or shiny hunting. I basically play the single player campaign, maybe the end game and post game stuff, and that's it. I will say this game feels like an early access game. It feels like the foundation is sick. I love the ideas they're going forward, but a lot of stuff feels like it could have been expanded on. But let's start off with the good. I think the addition of alphas is the best idea in this game, period. The idea of just finding these really strong Pokemon that are big and intimidating and have unique moves sometimes. I remember my first alpha was a Snorlax. I'm like, oh, I can fight this, right? And then it's a level 45 that uses Flamethrower, and I'm level like 10. I definitely ran from that one, and it was so cool. I remember later I found a barrel that was level 16, and I had level like 20 Pokemon. I'm like, oh, I can take this and capture it, right? Nope, I can kill it. But capturing it was a different story. I kept one-shotting my Pokemon because whenever I missed capturing it, it would get buffs to all its stats. It also had Icy Wind, which it doesn't normally have, and they feel like mini bosses, right? And since this game is about capturing Pokemon, it's like the challenge is figuring out how to capture this Safari without my entire team dying. Really cool idea, really like execution of it, and it adds a good amount of challenge to the game. And I also like how when you explore the world, there is a lot of like areas to explore, and the areas have different Pokemon. You can find a lot of hidden Pokemon and stuff, and that's really fun. It makes exploring worth it. There was an area where there was a Gyarados on top of a mountain, and I found a like Ponyta hidden away behind like a rock. And then there's Time Rifts, which is like these sick areas where these high-level special Pokemon spawn, like Porygons, Eevees and the evolutions, and just generally really strong, unique Pokemon. And you get mobbed. You don't just like find Pokemon and just capture them. No, you get mobbed by 3 at a time, so you have to be capturing them while fighting these 1v3s. I love how challenging this game can be. Like, this game does not hold back. This game will murder you. I really like how much Pokemon you get how quickly, and how like quick it is to like catch multiple of one Pokemon for different like say sizes or natures, whatever the hell you want, or just getting a lot of them for the hell of it. I like how you get access to riding a mount really quickly, especially because when you're just running around as a character without your mount, it kind of sucks. Your character is slow. You have a hidden stamina mechanic. Your character has no jump, just a dive. Character can't climb anything, so like even a little bump is just an annoying ass roadblock. But then like 3 hours in, I got like my trusty steed, and I'm just zooming around the map, jumping everywhere, and it's like, oh yes, thank you. Like, exploring is very nice and convenient, I'd say. There's also a fast travel mechanic, of course. I will say, the game doesn't tell you about it, I don't think. Now, granted, I kind of skipped the tutorials, but I don't think there was a fast travel mechanic mentioned in the tutorial. Keep that in mind. I also wish Pokemon games let you skip the tutorial, because it's like a 2-hour tutorial before you can really start exploring like freely. I love the capturing mechanic in general. I love just kind of the fact you run around, throw balls and catch them. Easy peasy. I like how there is a little bit of a sneaking mechanic. You know, you just go in the grass, catch Pokemon, they don't see you. Throwing a ball from behind them like has a higher chance to catch them. There's a lot of different Pokeball types. Some Pokemon will fight you, some will run away, so you have to know which one does what. And it's cool. It could be expanded upon more, and that was one of my biggest complaints, is I feel like the stealth mechanics were like basic stealth mechanics 101. It's like embarrassing how basic it is, and it gets very like repetitive after a while. But it does add something to the game and feels like a natural fit. I like how you can swap out moves freely in this game as well. Like, it feels like one of those things that should have been added in like 2 games ago probably, but it's nice to add it now. You can just do it on the fly. Simple and nice. I also love the whole like style systems with moves. Depending on the Pokemon's speed and what moves you use, you might be able to attack twice in a row or get attacked twice in a row. So you have to think about like, you know, what the turn order is going to be when you use these things. And I'm sure they could do more to make it a more interesting mechanic, but I think the way they implemented it is actually pretty good. And I want to see more things like this in the future. There's a crafting system, you find items in this world, and it does the job though. You know, it makes you want to explore and like, you know, farm those trees, mine those ores. Pokemon drop items as well. It's like catching Pokemon. You can get you some things like Thunderstones, Firestones. With that said, there's a lot of good things about this game. It's a great base. But the problems with this game is that like everything feels lazy or could have just been better. Like, as much as I like exploring the areas, I hate how the areas are so boring. Like, The interesting part of them is the Pokemon. It is a Pokemon game, sure, but it's just trees and rocks and mountains and rivers and maybe different colored trees and rocks and mountains and rivers. It really feels so like lazy and boring. I would have loved if this game had things like, you know, like shrines from Breath of the Wild, or even just like unique little like caves and areas that really stand out from other places. Things that make you go, oh wow, I found this. Whereas all the stuff is tied to like main questline stuff, and even then it's boring. For a game like this, where it's, you know, these kind of big areas, even though it's not open world, it's like zones, it really needs that to be interesting to a person like me. And they could have done things like maybe add like rare Pokemon in these like secret areas, had like maybe special items you could find, maybe guaranteed shinies. They could have also brought back held items as a mechanic. I don't know why they got rid of those. And made those held items been gated behind finding these cool areas. But as a whole, the world is really boring. It's probably the most disappointing thing about a game like this. Questing in this game is kind of lame. You know, you got a couple fun things, like a mini game where you have to like run around like hitting these balloons while riding your steed, or throwing at the balloons with a ball. You got like finding the spirit tomb spirits, so that's cool. But then most of the quests are, hey, find this Pokemon, except find it big, or find 3 of them. Most of these quests you'll kind of just complete by playing the game, but they're just generic filler trash of like any open world game. It's like, Speaking of throwing balls, the throwing ball mechanic, as much fun as it is at first, it gets so repetitive so quickly because there's no depth to it. There was a moment in the game where it was like, all right, you know, I'm throwing balls to catch Pokemon, whatever, and then you fight a boss, and instead of throwing Pokeballs at the boss, you're throwing bags of its favorite food, because in order to defeat a super rampaging Pokemon, that's how you calm it, is you throw bags of food at it for like 4 minutes, while occasionally pressing the dodge button versus high starter moves. Oh, but to mix up mid-fight, you might fight it quickly and knock it out, but throw more balls of food at it. And then I was back to throwing balls of Pokemon. And like, they needed to do more with the ball throwing mechanic if they're going to use it this much to make it interesting. Whereas they kind of just put it in the game and said, this is good enough. Maybe, who cares? And that was one of the biggest disappointments and one of the most monotonous things about the game the more I get into it. The move pool in this game is limited as hell. Like, I'm not too far, 5 hours in, level like 30 Pokemon, but I feel like I have no moves. A lot of my Pokemon have like 4 moves total. It really stinks because there's so many Pokemon, but it feels like there's like no way to customize them and use them how you want. I get that they need to like animate all these moves, but there just needs to be more. I don't know why they got rid of passive abilities. That felt like too important. Now, graphically, this game looks like a Wii game, straight up. Some people might say I'm insulting a Wii when I say that, and that's fair enough. Got these big areas, right, with no detail on anything, repeating textures. And the worst thing though, because the graphics don't like actively hurt the experience except for the draw distance. And the draw distance is awful because you go into a game like this and you want to like see the world and see what there is to explore, right? But also, I can't see which Pokemon are where. I gotta like walk to an area to see the Pokemon there. And I'd love if the draw distance was much bigger so I could like see in advance what's gonna be where. I don't feel like I'm walking around with a purpose. I feel like I'm just running around until I find stuff that I like. And that hurts a lot. Guys, it's amazing. There's like water. I can't see a Pokemon, but I'm sure there's Pokemon down there when I get close enough. Also, I will say, the animations during cutscenes is bad. I feel like I'm watching a Gary's Mod type of thing with how characters like move their head. When a character is in shock and they open their mouth, they go, oh my god. The freaking animation's so dumb. And then there's this other dumb things with like lacking polish. Like when you do like loading screens and it's 5 seconds and there's no real transition, it's just kind of pop in. All adds up. Overall, this game feels like it was budgeted. Like, I don't know how long this game was in development for, but it feels like it was developed kind of quickly. Like it was rushed out and it was like an experiment that Nintendo and Game Freak weren't confident in. And I think there is an appeal to this game. I think if you like just running around, catching shit, filling out Pokedex, making your team, you'll love this game. But it's like you want like a game with like a cool world to explore, and you want like more in-depth mechanics. Not that Pokemon is going to be a complicated in-depth game, but you've always had a lot of customization in your team and how you like play with your Pokemon. And if you want that, this game just doesn't offer it. So I don't know, like 5 hours in, I give like a 6 out of 10, which for me personally is like the rating of like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep playing this game, where it's like, it's okay, I've had some fun with it, but I'm not sure if it's enough fun to keep going, but I don't think it's a bad game. And yeah, that's my thoughts on this game. If you guys like these kind of videos, honestly, let me know. If this, does well, I might do more types of videos like this. And if not, I try things all the time on YouTube. Peace out, y'all.